everyone, it's Anya here at ourgabled.home.com, and today I want to show you a recipe for cough syrup. Now, my children are adolescents, but when they were younger and they would come down with a really bad cough, I would make them a cough syrup that they actually really liked, and that was so good and helped them get over their cough. It suppressed that urge to cough all the time. And if you have young ones at home and you know when they have a cough, they don't sleep well, you don't sleep well. So this is a really simple remedy that you can make at home, and it's really easy to make. So stay tuned, I'll show you how to do it. First, I want to talk about what you need. You will need some thyme, and I actually picked thyme from my garden just a little bit earlier. There's nothing like fresh herbs. You can grow them in containers or in your garden. And then we'll need fresh sage, or I'll also talk about that. Then we need sugar. We need an onion, we need some water, and we need a pretty container to fill the cough syrup into. In terms of the herbs, I like to use fresh because fresh is always best. If you don't have fresh, you can totally use dried herbs. I still have some dried thyme. I'm almost not even sure why I have it, because I have this really great source in my garden, and some fresh sage. A quick word about why we're using the thyme and the sage. Sage is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial, and it relieves throat pain. Now, the thyme is an immune booster. It helps with coughs and suppresses that urge to cough if you're having a bronchitis. It is also antibiotic, antiviral, antiseptic. The onion too helps with the cough. So we're combining these herbs and the onion for a powerful cough syrup. Now let me show you how I make this. So we need about a tablespoon of fresh sage and fresh thyme each. If you don't have any fresh and you're using dried, you can use 1 teaspoon of the dried thyme and 1 teaspoon of the dried sage. Now, since I have the fresh, I will cut that in little pieces, and I picked more than I need. I'm going to do one more leaf here. You want to chop it pretty fine so that you can extract all the goodness out of the herbs. We'll put that into a pot, and we'll do the same with the thyme. You can just strip the little leaves off the stems here, and we can chop them to just about eyeball how much a tablespoon is. If you're using dried, you can just measure it out, 1 teaspoon of each herb. This is so good. This smells so good already. Very aromatic herbs. That's kind of why I like to use fresh herbs. And just for good measure, we'll do another one here. I'm just gonna quickly chop this just a little bit more, even though the leaves are pretty fine already. You know what? I'll take a little bit more. Once I chopped it, I find like, oh, there's a little less than I thought it would be. We'll put that into the pot. And then we need to cut up the onion and dice it very finely. You want that onion to be about a good 3 ounces. We'll also add that into our pot. Then we need a little bit more than 1 cup of water. I'm actually using 250 milliliters. That's what we'll add to. And then I have a good 3 ounces. I'm using 100 grams, which is a little bit more than 3 ounces of sugar. And I'm using coconut palm sugar. You can use regular sugar. That's entirely up to you. And we put that all in the pot, and then we'll put that on the stove and boil it for 10 minutes. So now we've simmered this for a good 10 minutes, and we'll strain it into something to hold it. So we'll just put this through a fine meshed sieve here. And you can even press it down a little bit just to get a little bit more of the good onion juice out of it. It's a nice dark syrup. As you can see, there's a little bit coming out when you press it. And now we'll fill this into our pretty container. If you're better than me, you won't spill it. You can let this cool down, and once it's cooled down, it will keep in the refrigerator for about a week. So we're gonna let this cool down. If you're wondering about the dosage, for children up to 3 years, you can do 1 to 2 teaspoons 3 times daily. And for children older than 3 years, you give them 1 tablespoon 3 times a day. And I am sure this goes without saying that if your child does not improve, you want to seek the help and advice of a medical professional. Always use your own guidance. This is not medical advice. This is not meant to replace the advice of a medical professional, and I'm sure you know this. And don't forget to download your labels. You want to put your date on the label because this will last about a week in the refrigerator. So just to make sure that you know when you made this and how long it's going to last. You might even finish it up depending on how many children you have with a cough. Usually when my kids were younger, they all had the cough at the same time. So I actually went through this pretty quickly. But here are your labels. The link to download your labels is in the description box below this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you thought this video was helpful. If you're new here on my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I upload a new video every week on Tuesdays. You can also turn on the bell notification so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time.